think you're kind of good at that. Yo, quadratic equation. You heard of it before?
Yeah.
You heard of the quadratic equation? Looks something like it's like plus or minus b with the square root of Dustin Pedroia divided by the Stanley Cup equals Hurricane Irene. Right? It's something like that. Quadratic equation, or like a squared plus b squared equals this mess, which equals that. You know what I'm talking about, right? That's the quadratic equation. Here's the thing. I learned the quadratic equation back when I was like a sophomore, junior in high school, right? Relatively the same time as all of you. Okay. So I learned this quadratic equation. Here's the thing. Guess how many times I've used the quadratic equation since then? 0 times. Well, that's a good point. I'm glad you bring that up because when I first signed up for teacher school, right, signed up to be a math teacher. That lasted almost 15 minutes. And I'm sitting in my Calc 2 class and I'm going, oh, this looks like a lot of fun. Not. It was in a computer lab. Log on the computer, drop the class, change major, ta-da, English teacher. Woo-hoo! So that's cool. Glad you brought that up. No, quadratic equation. Have not used the quadratic equation since the day I learned it. I don't know. Passed the test, moved on with things. Right? Hey, you take that chemistry class with that old crazy Risner guy? Oh, Jessica, okay, just good. Alright, you take that chemistry class. You know the last time I did anything with moles?
Probably the day you passed.
Yeah, I passed mole. I took 2 classes of chemistry. I liked it so much. Oh, yeah, maybe I'll be a chemistry guy. Whatever that is. Right? You take those history classes, right? You gotta memorize all these dates, figure out, what caused what happening here and what war did what, right? Yes? Is that what you do in history? I haven't taken a history class in who knows how long, but you do those types of things, right? When was the last time I used any of that information that I had memorized gazillion dates and all that?
Last month.
Way back yonder way in the 1900s was the last time I did any of that. You think you know what I'm getting at? Well, this is what I'm getting at. Purpose of school. Write this down, and I apologize on behalf of everybody in the world for not telling you this sooner. Purpose of education. You ready for this? You ready for this? I'm excited. Because this is why I became a teacher, because I want to help you get better. I want to help you become, here it is, better problem solvers. Boom, game over. That's it. That's the only reason you're here. I don't care about the law, the quadratic equation, what your parents say, what my boss says, what your boss says, if you want to go to college, if you want to have a family, if you don't want to have a family, if you don't want to go to college. I don't care about any of that. This is what I care about. I want you to become better problem solvers. That's it. Game over. That's the whole point of all of this. Like I just told you a minute ago, never use the quadratic equation, ever. But the process, the experience, right? The experience of figuring out that problem, boom, makes me a better problem solver. I'm not sure if you turned the news on lately. Has anybody turned the news on? Maybe listen to that old-fashioned radio? Have you done any of this?
No.
Radio, news, the information superhighway. You might have seen it on there. There was a tropical storm that really messed things up down in the southern half of the state. You're familiar with that?
Yeah.
Okay. The people down there right now are dealing with probably the biggest problem of their entire life. Right? Biggest problem ever. Their houses are being washed down, right? They're completely cut off from everything, right? Big problems. What they need to do right now is all of the problem solving that they have practiced and experienced throughout the course of their life, they're putting into action right now. Now, I'll tell you this right now. Many of you have probably dealt with problems that I have no idea, nor do I want to know, throughout this point in your life, right? And I'll also tell you this. As you get older, there will be more problems. They don't magically you turn 18 and you graduate from MBU. Oh, no more problems. They get worse. It's a bad way to think about things, but if you think of your time here, at least in this room, if not in your other classes, whatever, but at least in this room, if you think about what we do in here, whether it's reading Shakespeare, combining sentences, writing an essay, whatever it may be, if you think if this is going to make me a better problem solver for later on down the road, you'll be setting yourself up for success in this class. And that's it. Purpose education, why Craig's here, what we're going to be doing this year. Game over, done. Bell should ring in a few minutes. we'll finish more stuff, and we'll get more into what exactly this class will look like next Tuesday.